Hello and welcome. So my name is Anita Stevens. I am based out of Las Vegas, Nevada. I am a certified personal trainer and fitness instructor for the YMCA and EOS Fitness. And I, during this quarantine and pandemic, have started doing videos at home, recognizing we have a lot of my seniors especially who are not comfortable getting out and about. So today I'm going to do one of our senior workouts, so fit over 50 kind of thing, but that doesn't mean if you're younger than that and you're looking for a low impact option, this is a great option for you. So we'll do some cardio, we'll do some hand weights. If you don't have hand weights, you can just do range of motion. You can use some water bottles, some soup cans. You just want to make sure that they're equal weight, whatever you're using. So how about we just go ahead and get started and let's just have some fun, all right? Let's start some music. So this is royalty-free music, so we can play along with that and not have to worry about all the rights of all that other stuff. We're gonna just start with marching. Marching those feet, so we wanna get our heart rate up there and moving. Also our muscles, okay? We wanna be warmed up before we start working. So you'll hear me talk about a scale of exertion. So it goes from 1 to 10, okay? 1 means we're sitting on the couch, we just got out of bed, we're totally relaxed, no exertion really at all, okay? Let's take those heels to the front. So if we think about a 10, that would be you're sitting on the couch and you notice that your child or your grandchild just wandered out the front door towards the street. So we're up off of that chair. Yes, I have puppies. Trying to keep them quiet while we do these is always a challenge. So hopefully they'll be quiet. You might see them wander through in a minute. It's Bella and Winston. Let's take it back to a march. But that 10 would be that huge adrenaline rush where we're up off the couch quickly, running to go catch that child, okay? We couldn't do that for a long period of time, right? We can do that for a short period of time. So that's not what we want. We want somewhere in the middle, between about a 5 to a 7. Means we're working hard, but we can sustain that for a period of time. And what that does is it works the heart, the largest muscle in our body, and that's where we get that big energy boost when we have a good functioning heart, pumping that blood and oxygen, right? Let's take it back to heels to the front. These are called heel digs. Now our arms and legs are levers. Take it up to a march again. We're starting to increase the work. You might have had your hands down before. Now let's start pumping those arms. You'll start to notice that your breath rate increases. Might start to sweat a little bit. We all have different indicators. Some people are lucky enough that they don't sweat. Although it's not necessarily lucky, really easy to get overheated that way. Heels to the front. Just getting our body warmed up, getting ready for the work. Take it up to a march. Now we're going to start to lift the knees. Lift it up, up, up. Now you notice I have a chair right by me. These exercises could be done from a chair. So keep marching like that. Let me show you. So if we're seated here, we just lift and lift, lift. Yes, just like that. You can also take it to those heels to the front if it starts to bother the hips, okay? Lift it up. 4, 3, 2, 1. March. We're going to take it and we're going to move side to side. So if you have your chair there, I want you to make sure that you're either in front or behind. So I'm just going to move in the front so you can see me a little bit better. Take it side to side. Yes. So in our movements, we move front to back, side to side, and in rotation. So rotating through the core, such as that, okay? Yes. Can you start to take it wider? Load into the legs a little bit. So see how I'm kind of squatting down? Yes. If that's not in for you today, you can stay up tall. It's okay. But if you want a little bit more, again, there's no impact because we're just sliding side to side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Step it wide. Now squat. Take it down and up. So our toes are out at like 1 and 11. Take it down and up. Push the hips back. Chest stays lifted. So we're not coming over here. Take it down and up. Yes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, come up. Yes. So if we were seated on a chair, we could do those squats by just kind of practicing to stand up and sit like this. Up and down. Up and down. Okay? March it out. We're going to do a forward backward march, or what's called a hustle step. So it's 3 steps and a tap. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, tap and back. Up and back. So I don't know about you, but this quarantine's been a little bit tough, right? Being isolated at home, it was nice for about 2 weeks, maybe. So I have 2 teenagers at home still. So it could be a challenge when we're all cooped up together. So I am back at the gym right now. But we still, again, are trying to make sure that we have workouts for people who are at home. Take it side to side, out and out. Just starting to put those pieces together as we keep moving. 4, 3. We're going to take it to 2 steps to the right. 2 and 2. Yes. Now, if you need maybe that chair for support, you could shorten up those steps and use the chair for stability. That would be a good option. For 2. 1 more over and back. Singles in the center. There we go. Let's swing those arms. Remember, those arms and legs are levers. That drives the work. So I should have introduced my little room right here before. This is our great room, our playroom kind of thing. You can see my workout area. My daughter usually has a tumbling mat there. It's kind of multi-purpose room, but it works for our workouts too. And march up tall. Ready for those knee lifts. Here we go. Up. So once you feel like you're stable here, let's add the arms. Pulling down so we get that nice contraction right through that core. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. March up tall. Take it left and right. So we always want to work out our body in balance. We have a tendency, like if we're right-handed, we do everything with the right side, kind of ignoring the left, or vice versa. So you'll notice through my classes, I'll make you do things with the dominant on both sides. Take it 2, 2, and back. Let's use some bigger arms if you can. You're not ready for it? You can stay right here. That's okay. Remember, the bigger we make the levers, the more it drives the heart rate. Up and over. And you just use the room you have. If you have a little tiny space, you can just shorten those moves, just like this. Yes. 1 more over and back. Singles in the center. We're going to go back to that forward backward march, or the hustle step, leading with the left. Up and back. You got it. See, it's not so hard. If you ever get lost, you're like, oh my gosh, I have 2 left feet. Go back to a march. If we stay with that march, when you're ready to jump in, you can just jump right in. 1 more time, up and back. March it wide. So when I say wide, notice how my feet are wider than my hips. You should feel that right in here, yeah? Can you take it wider? Yes. Tap, tap, push. Add those arms, pushing back. So right now we're not using any extra weight, but we're working the range of motion through those joints. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it up to a hamstring curl. There we go. So knees, hips, and shoulders are typically those places as we start to get a little bit older that we start to have trouble with. So we need to make sure we can find ways to keep them healthy, moving them in a way that's not painful, but still works those muscles and tendons. Let's take it single, single, double. Got it. Single, single, double. So when we stay on that same side for 2, recruits a little bit of balance. For 2, single, single, double. So I'll have just some separate classes for balance, but there's a little bit of balance incorporated in all my classes as well. Single, single, double. One more. Single, single, double, and march it out. How are you doing? Okay, on that scale of 1 to 10, where are you? Hopefully you're approaching a 5 by this point. I want you to grab a drink. I don't know where I left my drink, actually. You grab a drink. I will just make it through. Take it heels to the front. I usually have it right by my chair. Not sure what I did. Just a little chance to catch that breath. We're gonna do another little cardio push. So I do these little intervals. You probably have heard the term high intensity interval training, right? It's all the rage. Well, but for our low impact classes, we kind of modify that down. But we can still get the benefit of boosting that heart rate up there quickly and then giving us a break. Lift, tap, lift, tap, lift, tap. Now you can just tap forward and back if that works better for you. But here's a little bit of balance work. Lift, tap, lift. Now if you want to kind of jump it a little bit, it's not a jump, it's kind of more like a hop. It just provides a little extra energy to boost the heart rate more. For 4, 3, 2, 1. March in the center. Catch your breath. So we only work for 10 to 20 seconds at the max with those little bit faster intervals. Then we give ourselves a recovery. We're gonna move to that left leg. Take it up, tap back. Remember that option to just tap forward and back. Okay? Lift and back. Up. Beautiful work. Keep breathing. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and march it out. Woo, catch your breath. Yes. Maybe you're like, oh, that was easy. Then good for you. Then you know that you can bump that level up even more. Just keep marching it out. Chance to recover the breath. Woo. We're going to take it back to that side step. Take it right, left. Adding those arms if you'd like. Beautiful work. Remember that option to use the chair if you need it. 2, and back, up and over. Get on up. That's what we want to do. We want those healthy hearts. There we go. A little bit of a tongue twister. If you do my classes very much, you'll know I don't always know my right from my left, and I don't always know how to count. Singles in the center. But as long as you understand that, we can be friends, and we'll get a great workout. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it up, up, up. Single leg work. Pull, pull. There you go. Feel that heat building in that standing leg. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. March. Keep breathing for me. Don't hold your breath. I do know CPR. It doesn't work very well through the camera, okay? So you gotta keep breathing. We're switching to that left leg, single leg stance, so that right leg is holding up, up. Keep the chest lifted, just pushing back and pulling. Work through that glute and hip. Standing leg working isometrically. There you go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. March up tall. Beautiful work. We're going to transition to using some weights, okay? You should be to a 5 by now. So if you're not, you're like, oh no, I'm really only a 3 or 4. Then next time you do it, make your moves bigger. The arms and legs are the levers that can drive that heart rate and the intensity of the work, okay? So let's grab those hand weights or your water bottles, your soup cans, whatever you're using. Hands right here. We're gonna start with our shoulders because those fatigue super fast. So make a goal post. Bring it in and open. Now you notice I have my fingers up. There's a reason why. It's kind of a reminder to you to not grip those whatever you're holding really hard, because that will unnecessarily drive the heart rate up. So if we keep our fingers light, then that helps. You can keep them around there, but just keep them light. 4, feel that in those shoulders? Yes. 2, now what I don't want you to see is down here. That's cheating. 1, and open. Yes, we want to keep them up in that goal post position. That's where we get the most benefit from the work. Always setting down the resistance if you need to. Let's work the triceps, okay? So I am using both hands today at the same time. If you want to do a single side at a time, you can do that. You set down one weight and you can hold on to the chair. You can even do it seated. You sit down and do it seated, okay? Or if you're standing, we come into a staggered stance. So our legs one in front of the other. This makes sure that this knee is not going over the toe. We don't want to see that. Okay, so it's back here, and you can put that hand here for pressure. You have that hand will be right by your knee. That's how you know you're in a good position. See, my back is very long. It's not this. Okay, shoulders are up, down, and back. Pull up. That elbow comes up right behind the back. Yes. Working on those triceps, and of course the rear deltoid is assisting a little bit. Pull up and up. So this is the single side. If you want to use both, you're just using both hands at the same time. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Now, if you were using only a single side, okay, you would switch those feet. If you're using both hands, you're still switching your feet because you feel that work in the legs? Yes. I'm all about let's work smarter, not harder, right? So if we can work multiple muscle groups at the same time, good deal, right? Staggered stance, that knee is protected, it's not in front of the toe. Pull it up. Nice long back, shoulders are pulled back, not caved over like this. Pull it up. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And have some fun, right? Exercise should be fun or we don't want to do it, right? Beautiful work. Roll that out. So we worked our triceps on the back part of the arm here. So our posing muscle group is the So let's work those biceps. So we turn those palms forward. The thumb is towards the back, okay? See my thumbs right there? You see they're kind of pointed backwards. Curl up, down. Now the body becomes very quiet, I call it. When we're doing this stuff, the body's noisy, okay? We're moving and maybe rocking, okay? So the body's very quiet. The only movement is in those biceps, curling it up and down. Now a lot of people say to me, why do you have to do it so slow? Can't you do it faster? Well, you can, but then you're not working as efficiently. We want the muscle to have to work, not using momentum. Pull it up and down. Up for 2, down for 2. Now we will change the tempos, and if you see any of my other classes, you'll see that's how I change it up a lot of times. 1 more, up and down. Now I'm going to teach you the pulse. Bring your arms at 90 degrees, okay? So our elbows are bent, it makes like an L. Your elbows stay right by your side. They're not out here, tucked right in here. At this angle, pulse up, down. Do you see how small that movement is? Do you feel that in your bicep? Yes? Yes, we're keeping it under tension. That's where we get that maximum change in the muscle. You can totally be doing this from a seated position. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Beautiful job. Yes, that's what we want. We want to be stronger. We're not trying to be bodybuilders, but we want to be able to do stuff. You ever pick up those grocery bags? You want to take as few trips as possible, right? So we try to carry 5 bags at a time. Well, you got to have strong biceps and triceps to do that. Okay, hands are right by your side. We're going to do a shoulder raise. Come up and down. I want you to pay attention to where your arms are coming up, never above the shoulder, okay? Now you might be right here. That's okay. You are still engaging those muscles to lift to that point. The tummy is pulled in tight. We have a slight bend in the knees, so we're not locking out the joints. Just lifting up, raising through those shoulders. Keep breathing, don't hold your breath. Remember, CPR doesn't work through the camera. So when we work below the shoulders, we always stay below the shoulders. The next move, I'm going to show you the difference. We're going to do a modified clean and press so you see that transition. 2 more. Up. I know those weights are starting to feel really heavy. 1 and release. Okay? So when we work below the shoulders, we're always pulling up. So whether we're pulling up here or pulling up here or even here, okay, we're going just to the shoulder. When we want to move to overhead, we turn it to a press. So we're going to pull up, flip the hands, then press. So a clean and press is normally done with a bar, okay? But you can do it just like this with your extra resistance. Flip the hands, then press. So a shoulder press, remember we did this at the beginning, okay? That was just that rotator open, okay? A shoulder press is right from here. We are pressing from overhand grip right here. We're not pressing from here, okay? We lift, flip, and then press. Let's do 5 more of those. Take the hands back down, pull up, flip, then press. I know, we have been working now for about 30 minutes, okay? Just shy of 30 minutes. So we're getting tired, okay? That fatigue starts to creep in, the lactic acid is building up in the body. You'll be okay, your shoulders will not fall off, okay? Modify if you need to, put the weight down. We're doing 1 more. Pull it up, flip the hands, press, bring it down, and back down. Beautiful job. Set those weights down. I want you to grab a drink. Again, I don't have mine. I have no idea where I left it. So make sure you take a drink. Come back to that march. So you should notice that you're probably still breathing a little bit heavy, okay? We try to keep the body moving using large muscle groups. interspersed in between smaller ones, in between cardio, to keep that heart rate level up there. So do you know how many minutes of cardio you should get every week? Yes? 150 is the minimum. 180 is better, okay? So break that down. 150, 5 times a week for 30 minutes, okay? So you can do one of these videos if we can keep the heart rate moving, and that comes from just not taking a lot of breaks, keeping the muscles moving. Heels to the front, heels. So we give ourselves a little bit of break of recovery, chance to catch the breath. Take it wide. Remember that wide position, feet are wider than the hips, engaging those inner and outer thighs. Lift, lift, lift. So these outside muscles here are called abductors. When we fall, it's usually because we get thrown off balance side to side. So it's so important to not just work those forward-backward muscles. We've got to work those side muscles. Lift. This is a tick-tock. If you want to extend those arms fuller, yes, lifting, keeping that balance. If you need to hold onto the chair with a hand, you can totally do that. Lift, lift. 4, 3, 2, 1. March. Beautiful work. We're going to go back to those knee lifts. We're going to add some different arms this time. Lift, lift. So get your balance. Make sure you're stable. Now we're going to work on rotation through this torso, bringing opposite elbow to opposite knee. Cross, cross. Yes. Now if you're like, that doesn't feel good to my back, stay forward, okay? You can just pull down right in front. That works too if the rotation doesn't work. Or you might have to just make it a smaller rotation to start, okay? But we want to keep that back mobile. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. March up tall. Beautiful job. We're going to go back to those weights. We're going to do one more thing with them. Grab a drink if you need to. We're going to practice a hinge movement, another one of our main muscle movers, okay? So this is a deadlift. Again, if you're a weightlifter or used to be a weightlifter, it's usually done with a bar. You hold the bar and they deadlift the weight and it's hanging there. But we modify it a little bit for functional use, okay? So here's the move. We hinge from the waist. Slight bend in the knees, so it's not this. It's not a squat. We bend forward and slide back up. Take it down. So I want you to kind of feel like you have an elephant sitting up on your back. He's sitting on your shoulder blades, and you're gonna roll him off. So you come down, hinge through that waist, lift through the back. Feel those big extensors all the way from the back that run right into the hips. Lift. Now, of course, if the weight you're holding is not very heavy, it kind of feels like you're not doing a whole lot. But this is so good for your mobility, keeping that spine and those hips nice and mobile. This time, come down. Now you're going to do a dead row. Row it up. This is what it looks like from the front. Elbows come wide. You pull right up to that rib cage. Pull up. Working those big postural muscles in the back. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms come down. Roll the elephant off. Oh, get him off your back. 2 dead row or deadlift. Down and up. Take it down. Now dead row for 3, 3, 2, 1. Arms come down, lift up. Deadlift for 2. Take it down and lift. 1 more. Take it down. We're gonna roll for 3. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Arms come down, lift up slow. We're gonna do that one more time. 2 deadlifts. 1. Trying to get it all out. It's Monday. Take it down. 3 dead rows. Here we go. 3. Pull up into that back. 2. 1. Arms come down. Roll that elephant off your back. Good job. Set those weights down. We always bend to set our weights down. We don't want to do the head dive. It can make us lightheaded. So we always squat down, or if we're seated in the chair, we can just step to the side and lean and pick them up. We don't want to dive head first to pick them up, okay? Grab a drink. We're just going to cool down and stretch out a little bit, and you are on your way for today. Grabbing that drink. Let's take those arms nice and wide. I want you to pull them back. See how they're back behind my shoulders? Feel that stretch across the front part of the chest. Yes. Woo. Catch your breath. In through the nose, out through the nose. Give your body some oxygen. Now reach for your hands in the back. Pull them down as if you were trying to touch your heels. Okay? Touching those heels. Come on, he says. We're all done. And release. Now you're going to give yourself a nice pat on the back. You can either press from the front here, feeling that stretch through the shoulder and this tricep, or if you can, actually pull over top right here. So thanks for joining me for this workout today. Low impact, beginner style workout, a little bit of a circuit style using some hand weights. So watch for other classes. I'll have various things. If you want to give me some feedback, let me know if there's something specific you're looking for, and I can probably accommodate that. Switch, other elbow. Give yourself a nice pat on the back. You deserve it. You did an amazing job. Stretch out that tricep. Now take those arms, lean forward. This is the only time I let you hunch your back. Lean forward. Feel that release down the back. Yes. Stretch it out. You can also hold on to the back of the chair. So if you want to do that and actually stretch to the back of the chair, you can do that. Okay? You just want to loosen everything up in the back. I'm going to turn that music down just a little bit. That's kind of annoying. You keep saying, come on, come on. You already did that, right? You worked hard. Let's stretch those legs. So come by the chair. You can use that for stability if you need it. Okay, if you don't need it, fine. Step the foot back and press the heel to the floor. So what it looks like from the side here. So if I press that heel down, so if your foot's up here, you're not getting that stretch in the back part of the leg. Push the heel down. Yeah, feel the difference? Stretches right up the back of the leg and that soleus muscle there in the back, right up into the glutes. And I know your legs are tired, so they're kind of like, this leg's probably feeling a little shaky, right? Now drop that knee towards the floor, tip the pelvis forward. Do you see why I said stay by the chair if you need it for support? Yeah? Great balance work though. Stretching through that quad and this hip flexor right here. Come up, we're just gonna switch sides, okay? I turn sideways so you can see better what's happening. Press that heel down to the floor. If you don't feel the stretch in the back of the leg, scoot the foot back until you do, okay? Because if you're pretty flexible through your calf there, it might take, might have to move it back a little bit further. Pressing that heel back. So drop that knee towards the floor, tip the pelvis forward. Yes. That's it. Feel that stretch right here? Might be kind of tight. If you do yoga, those hip opener poses, really tight, right? And release. Last thing I want you to do is kind of work out those ankles a little bit. So again, if you need that chair for stability and balance, use your fingertips to stabilize. Otherwise, lift that foot up. Just rotate that ankle around both ways. Sometimes we forget about our ankles. They're so important. Have you ever sprained your ankle and realized how much you depended on that and you have to do the crutches thing? Not fun, right? So we want to take care of those ankles. So switch feet, protecting those ankles and working them so they're nice and stable, as well as mobile. It's one of our joints that provides stability and mobility. Woo. Adjust that balance anytime you need. Set it down. Beautiful job. Breathe out, big breath. Ooh, exhale out. How about one more? Does that feel good when our body gets a nice big dose of oxygen? Up and breathe out. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, my name is Anita Stevens. I'm based out of Las Vegas, so I hope that you found this workout helpful. You will see me starting to post other ones for you of various things. A lot of low impact. I am a senior fitness specialist and a functional fitness specialist, so you'll see some of those specialty things coming in as well. I also am a body flow instructor, so I teach yoga. So lots of stuff we can do to try to keep healthy and active right from our own living rooms, right? So if your room looks anything like mine, hope that you feel right at home, okay? So enjoy your day, and I'll see you soon.